Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to another video. Just wanted to make this video just to give a little motivation, right? I want to talk about this whole notion, this wave, this influx of the conversation being had that you work a job. It's bad to work a job. And I just wanted to tell you, I wanted to give some insight of my personal experience and a little bit of statistics that we can also prove that it's okay to have a job. It's absolutely okay to have a job. Just over the past, I don't know, I say ever since I graduated high school, more and more people have really, I guess, turned this notion to say, jobs are just over broke, or you're only working a job because you really have to feed your family and stuff like that. Working a job is really draining you, and I believe this conversation can be very complex because I used to think like that. I used to think like jobs would be the death of us. A lot of us go to college to work a job and we already in debt. And, a lot of that rings true. A lot of it definitely rings true. But I just feel like there's this downside of putting people down because they work a job, or, they wake up, getting up in the morning and work a 9 to 5. And it's just a bad mindset to have, because if you really sit there and think, you'll realize that 9 to 5s is what makes the world go around. Like the trash you got that you put out in the street in the morning, the person that cleans that out is the person who works a 9 to 5. The man that works on your engine, changes your oil, changes your gaskets. When you have some type of car issue, there's a man with knowledge that more than likely may work a 9 to 5. It works at some big car manufacturer, and they work their little 9 to 5 and they get the job done, and it benefits you. Jobs make the world go around. In fact, for those who are serious entrepreneurs, we're more than likely going to hire people, and you're giving out jobs. And what may not be for you may not be for others, and what may be for others may not be for you. So just to give a little background, to give a story, I used to work in the construction industry. I worked in the construction industries for, I say a good 4 years. Worked on a lot of job sites out here in the DFW area. I've also been sent out to Lubbock, Texas. I stayed there for a couple of years as well. And it was fun. I did my thing. I would say the most funnest part about working construction was really the experiences outside of work. I made a lot of friends outside of work. I had a roommate that we eventually ended up building a great friendship when we first moved to Lubbock, Texas. And I'm 19 years old, finally get out the house. And to me, I'm making a lot of money. It's $1,000 per week as a 19-year-old. I wasn't going to college, so all my friends were going to college, but they were broke as hell. Everybody know that college lifestyle is not an easy lifestyle. I went for one semester, right? And even if you got that FAFSA money only lasts so long. Even though I love the experience, I will say I hated that damn job. I hated that damn job, boy. For all you guys out there working construction, I really salute to y'all. Really, thank you for the walls that are in my apartment right now. Thank you for the framing that you put in between the walls. Now, I'm noticing that, because I work construction, so I kind of look at buildings. I'm like, they really didn't put too much thought into the, planning of that building. But I'm starting to know more and more that they're putting less and less insulation in walls. Like I can always hear my neighbors, and especially in these newer apartments, which is quite annoying. because the company I worked for, we insulated the hell out of walls. I worked for a really big company here in DFW, by the way. It was a really big company, and you had to be a fucking professional. Let me say that. You know, excuse my French. You had to be a professional. But that being said, you know, I hated that shit. That shit was like slavery. I remember working out in the heat. You get on a roof, you gotta wear all this heavy gear, and then the sun is beaming down on the roof, and the roof is beaming back at you, so you getting two droves of heat hitting you in your face. Man, but I was built for it, you know. I played football, so two-a-days and stuff like that. That's all it really reminded me of. But it was a lot harder. I really feel like it was militant, and then at the same time, as a 19, 20-year-old, you know, you feel purposeful when you're going out playing sports more than likely. You know, you get some kids, this wasn't me, but you get some kids that really just play football because their parents know. I really loved football. I absolutely loved playing football with my brothers and all that good stuff. But, you know, as a 19, 20-year-old, I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. I didn't want to work for the rest of my life. So YouTube culture was just starting to ring out, and I got the first glimpse of it. Like, the reason why I felt, and I truly believe I was ahead of my class of people and a class of even people that are older than me still to this day, is because of YouTube. I was always wanting to have more information, and not only was I only wanting to have more information, I was want to proofread the information I was having. Okay, this is one side of it. Okay, this is the other side of it. Don't want to dive too deep into that, but I'm saying all that to say is that's where I discovered really that I wanted to be an entrepreneur. Like, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to work a job at all. I didn't want to get up and do what my boss tell me to do. I didn't want to get up and clock in. I thought jobs were lame as fuck. Excuse my French again. I'll get better. But I thought jobs were lame as hell. I really did. And I would wake up dreading to go to work, even though I was making so much money. I live in this nice apartment. I got me a brand new car, and I'm young. Like, I hated working that damn job. Hated it. Even after all the promotions, even after all the title changes, I hated that damn job. Hated getting up and working it. And one day, I finally grew the courage, because around that time on the side, I was building Shopify stores. That's when Shopify was big and popular, and everybody really didn't understand it yet. Everybody really didn't have the balls to start that yet. I said, fuck it, let me see what this is about. So I ended up buying, you know, a Shopify store from someone and building it up and actually making money with it. And I was like, oh, okay, this is nice. Like, okay, I'm making money. I also started Ubering. My car was a 4-door sedan, a Nissan Sentra 2019. And I started to Uber. I would Uber around town after work or sometimes on the weekend, make me a little $150, $200 a day. And I was like, damn, like, this is a little extra money. What if I did this full time? So eventually I grew the courage when one time, there was this one week, my store popped off and I made like $3,000 in revenue. I can't really remember what was my profit, but it was decent, but it really wasn't a lot. It really wasn't enough to make it the next decision I was gonna make, and that was quit. I quit that damn job. It's like, fuck, I'm tired of this shit. Tired of waking up, doing this shit. Hey, I love y'all, but I'm putting in my 2 weeks. So I put in my 2 weeks. I ended up not even finishing the 2 weeks. I left a couple of days early, and I was on an entrepreneur lifestyle. This is what I quickly realized. This. It's highly not recommended for you to quit your job and not have another flow of income that can at least take care of the flow of your bills, really. Fortunate enough for me, I did. That was Uber, but I had a lot of adjusting to do. I was not ready, because that Shopify store ended up falling through. You know, typically Shopify stores, if you don't really build a brand around them, you can make a lot of money at first by all the hype of a product, but it's gonna end up falling through because why? You were just trying to make a quick buck. You didn't brand it correctly. And that's what ended up happening. So I had to go head on heels on Uber. Not to mention, luckily I also bought a camera too. So I was doing a little photo shoots on the side and everything. But you know, this was also good because this was building my character, and it was also building skill sets under my arsenal for later in my career. And man, I quickly realized most people that say they want this entrepreneur lifestyle, they don't want this shit. This shit hurts. Because 1 month you can make a lot of money, the next month you can make barely anything. Really. 1 month you balling out of control. The next month you fucked up. It can be 4 months you doing your damn thing, and you have a dry season all of a sudden. 2 months is fucked up. You fucked up. You ain't broke, but you fucked up. What? Boss man D-Lo, I wasn't broke, I was fucked up. Yeah, like you really fucked up, because it's hard trying to take care of bills and everything, and you feel like everything's falling through. So I realized that everybody's not built for this. Luckily, you know, and I can't even put my finger on it, what it was, but I just have this mindset, man, keep going. Life is like a marathon, keep going. Shout out to Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace. But you always keep going. You always keep pushing through. You will go through every emotion. You will go through every emotion. And I went through that, but eventually I actually ended up, you know, when the COVID era happened and stuff like that, before it got really bad where they shut everything down and all that good stuff, I actually built up a good significant amount of income to where I was able to move out there. I moved out there, lived close to the beach in South Florida, and I lived out there 2 years, guys. I know I'm extending this video, but I just really think these details are important. I mean, maybe you can grab some from this and just motivate yourself, or be really content on, you know, where you're at right now. Not really to be at a standstill, but to say that I'm going in the right direction. I just need to keep going up from here. Make sense? So in Florida, 2 years, I was a serial entrepreneur. I never went to go get a job. I never did. I always either worked on my crafts, I was either Ubering, in which you can make a lot of Uber down in South Florida. I was in Miami almost every night. There was always something new. And this is not me just talking shit, guys. $2,000 in a week. You can easily make that in South Florida. And my top 1% Uber drivers out there, no, because we had a group chat where we would talk about this stuff. We know you can make a lot of money in South Florida doing Uber. And I was also doing photo shoots as well. I was doing photo shoots, and driving in South Florida, you come across people. There are people that are faking it. There's a lot of people that are faking it. There are a lot of people with a lot of money too. And I drove those people, and I built relationship with those people. And you know what they said? Every time we come to Miami, we want you driving us, and we gonna pay you more. And I was making money. I've made the most money I ever made in my life in South Florida, really. You can make a lot of money out there if you know how to network and make connections. Which is, you will realize that about life. But South Florida ended up falling through. South Florida fell through as well. Why? Inflation went crazy. Driving Uber, I remember my profits getting cut 25% when the gas prices surged the first time, and then another 50% when they surged again. You know, gas getting all the way up to 4.8, damn near $5 per gallon, which is crazy. That really hurt in my pocket. I was also in and out of the hospital. It's a lot of things that contributed to it, but I failed, guys. I failed, and I ended up having to move back to Dallas. I ended up having to work multiple jobs that I didn't want to work. I worked as a security guy, and they wasn't paying me. I worked at Amazon, and I wasn't getting paid too well there. And I was hanging around a group of people, and every time we went out, like, damn, like, oh, y'all got money. Like, what the fuck y'all doing as a living? And most of them worked in tech. And I was like, like, I mean tech, you know, like Microsoft, Google, software development, stuff like that, software engineer, sales engineer. I'm like, I ended up, you know, coming across some people online, like Cyrus Harbin. There's a couple other people as well. And I ended up taking this course called Course Careers, where it kind of teaches you the ins and outs to be a BDR, SCR for a tech company. And a couple of months after I took the course, I ended up landing a job, a decent job. Like, this is my first decent job that I'm proud to say, like, oh yeah, I'm a LDR for such and such. And, you know, working that job for a couple of months, I quickly advanced up to an account executive. Now I get to tell people I'm an account executive for a job. And I say all this to say that most people who are, I guess, doing okay in life or successful, like when we look at the statistics, over 165 million people in the US are employed by traditional jobs. So most people work jobs to contribute in valuable ways. Data from the US Small Business Administration, so the SBA, it shows about 20% of small businesses fail in the first year, 50% fail within the first 5 years. And I know we got this whole notion about these women liking scammers and drug dealers and all this bullshit. Don't fall for the bullshit, cause I growed up on the wrong side of the tracks too. A lot, and let me change the way I talk so some motherfuckers can understand it. A lot of them niggas making 1 or 2 good plays a year. So what that mean? 1 or good 2 plays a year. They'll probably hit a 20 ball. They might hit a 50 ball. And that's it for the rest of the damn year. They sitting on their ass, they money ran out, they broke, they got a couple of designer belts, Glocks to show on the fucking Instagram, and that's it. And a whole bunch of weed that they gonna smoke up themselves and ain't nobody buying it from them. And they owe the plug that they got it from. That's the reality of it. A lot of those scammers, they getting hemmed up. The FBI, everybody is catching on to all this shit. Just like you think you know how to break the fucking system, they got people who know how to break the system too, to track on y'all ass. I got friends I went to school with got hemmed up by the feds. So don't fall for the bullshit. It's not worth it. It's not worth being on your record. It's not worth fucking your life up over it. It's not. Let the shit go. So just wanted to say that. Put that out there. It's okay to work a job. It's absolutely okay to work a job. And it's absolutely, which I'll talk about in another video, to start a side hustle. Just don't quit your job until you're absolutely ready. whether that's 6 months of savings, whatever it is, like it's absolutely okay to work a job. And if you're at a job that you don't like, that you absolutely hate, really go find another one. Because I realized that was wrong with my mindset. I was working a job that I hated. I kind of felt like leadership would just throw you away, easily replace you. I didn't want to feel like that. I wanted to work at a job where my skill set, like if I call in sick, like they want me to get better because they need me back at work because I'm that valuable. Or if I tell them that, man, I'm finna quit, like, hey Dre, what can we do to help you stay here? Because we really need your skill set. And this goes upon you working on your skill set as well. You can't just be half-assing at work and be able to get to this point. But I truly believed I had some skills, even at that time, that could definitely bring value to the company. But it just wasn't that company. It was someone else that saw the value in that. You understand what I'm saying? So I say that to say, you people working these jobs that y'all hate, find another one. Really, find another one. It's gonna suck, it's gonna hurt, but find a way around it. Like, you only can do so much complaining. You gotta really get out and go do something. And yeah, man, I'm working a job that I'm proud to tell people this is what I do. This is what I do, this is my skill set, these are my skills. This is what I bring to the world. This is the value I bring to the world. You know? So understand, really, it's okay to work a job. Don't let people guilt you into saying, oh, you work a job, nigga, it couldn't be me. I used to say that to people, and really, all the people I ever said that to, I apologize. Really, I apologize. Because even in my entrepreneurship, like I didn't really understand the value of jobs really until I started working entrepreneurship. Because you really just, you understand that you know better than them. You bring value to the world just like them. You just file your taxes differently. You know? So, yeah, man, just understand that. It's really okay. Don't let these people guilt you in working a job. There's so much value when it comes to working a job. You get skill development, economic contribution, financial stability. Like, you know you're gonna get your check at the end of the day. Like, and that's okay. I just encourage people, you know, if your job is not something you're passionate about, but this is like, you know, good enough for you, it's paying your bills, it's not really a toxic relationship in your workplace, work on your dream on the side. Really work on your dream on the side. And don't let nobody discourage you from doing that. And that'll be my next video, is really just breaking down, like, it's okay to start a side hustle. I remember getting all the hate from doing or telling people that work a job to do that. It's okay to work a side hustle, but that's the gist of this video. Really, guys, if you feel like you know, you ain't up to par with all the entrepreneurs and shit, don't feel like that. Most of them niggas ain't winning like that. They just talking shit. I've been around a lot of them, so most of them ain't winning like that. They just talking a lot of shit. And most of them hood niggas ain't winning like that. They just talking a lot of shit too. I know that for a motherfucking fact. Y'all niggas ain't winning like that. Y'all just glamorizing Glocks on the motherfucking internet. You finna go to jail. Go put that shit up, boy. Go buy you a holster and pull your goddamn pants up. But anyway, that's the gist of this video. Much love. Peace.